Good morning, North Texas. It is the 9th day of July. Welcome. You found the Fort Worth Roots Morning Show. I've got Bree, Junior, and Matt. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Full house today. This is exciting. We haven't had a full house on the morning show in probably a month or more, so thank you. All right. If this is your first time joining us, this is a quick little 20-minute long episode where we get you up to date with what's going on around the community, kind of zooming in on Fort Worth and then taking more of a global look as we pull away and look for other news stories. Starting off with the weather this morning. Did you guys get some rain last night or yesterday afternoon, evening? No?
I did not. I'm in Saginaw. Didn't get one drop.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't either, but I have a buddy that lives in Bedford, and he kept sending me videos of all the rain he had. He said it just came down.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It was a pretty big wave of weather that just kind of blew through the middle of DFW. I know Mesquite had some flooding last night, and as I was driving back from McFly's, probably about 8:30, we were getting some sprinkles this way, but there wasn't much in the weather report.
No.
Again, it just keeps happening. All right, so today is 92 degrees for the high, 73 for the low. We have a 39% chance of rain today. Thursday, 96 and 75 for a low. Friday, 94 and 75 for a low. Saturday, 92 and 74 for a low. Sunday is 89 and 74 for a low with a AM thunderstorms at 35%. And then kind of scanning forward into next week, looks like we're going to stay under triple digits. And again, it doesn't say much chance of rain, but we'll see about that. All right. Bree, you're quiet this morning.
Sorry. Well, share some good news. What's our national day?
Well, we've got National Sugar Cookie Day. How's that?
I love that.
Okay.
Big fan of that.
See if we can find some other good ones. If y'all don't know, National Day of, it's just crazy holidays that companies and individuals have decided it's their day. For example, it's Call of the Horizon Day, Fashion Day, Full Moon Day, International Emergency Kit Day, Martyrdom of the Bab? I don't know. I don't care. State Rebellion Day. Okay. And Jack White's birthday. So, there you
Jack
go.
White,
Yeah.
the legend of the White Stripes.
Okay, this day in history. These are usually better than National Day of. Let's see. The Dead's last show. In 1995, Jerry Garcia jams at his final concert with the Dead. After delighting Deadheads for decades, Jerry Garcia and the Grateful Dead play their last concert featuring all the band's core members at Chicago's Soldier Field, capping a touring career that logged more than 2,300 concerts. Garcia, their lead guitarist and unofficial spokesman, will die exactly a month later. Wow, that's wild. Okay, let's get into the news. Y'all ready for this? Fort Worth musician raises over $337,000 for Texas flood survivors. Can y'all imagine what Fort Worth musician might have raised that much money? Just take a wild guess. Well, if you said Josh Weathers, you were right. Fort Worth musician Josh Weathers and his band raised more than $337,000 in 4 hours for families affected by the flooding in Central Texas. Josh, if you're listening to this, we have been trying to get a hold of you about your car insurance, and we would love to have you on the show. Weathers, who had been scheduled to perform in New Braunfels and Orange Grove over the weekend, hosted a virtual charity concert July 7th after both of his other shows were canceled due to weather. I did see that. Josh is real good about putting stuff up on social media, and he posted that his shows were being canceled. I follow him. I'm kind of a little bit of a voyeur when it comes to Josh Weathers. I'm always checking in on him.
Aww.
We've tried to get him on the show for years now, but great guy. Him and his wife have a very strong story, very philanthropic, and they're always doing something for the community.
I love that.
That's why we've wanted him on the show. Initially, Weathers thought he might just live stream a solo concert on his phone like he had been doing during COVID-19 pandemic, but he wanted to get his band involved, and after making some calls, he had a new venue. The Heights Church, which Weathers attends, allowed the band to perform in its Cleburne space and take advantage of its live streaming setup. Friends stepped up to help with organization, graphics, and web content. After posting about their concert, someone reached out to his wife, Katie Weathers, on Facebook and offered to donate baked goods for the cause. The family wondered if anyone else might have items they'd like to donate. My wife put a message out on Facebook, and I mean, it went crazy, he said. A $2,000 riding lawnmower, a trip to Belize, hog hunts, duck hunts, a gumbo and shrimp boil for 100 guests.
Wow.
The number of donations was so large that on top of the bidding that took place during the live stream, the group opened up a silent auction page online. The story does continue, and you guys can find it on caranews.org. That story is by Marchetta Fornoff. All right, onward. We had work. Okay. I've got the Fort Worth Police Department had an event yesterday. I'm looking at their Facebook page. The Run for the Blue 5K took place this past weekend, July 5th, in Dallas, and some of our best were out there in support of this fantastic event. The Run for the Blue serves to support fallen and wounded police officers and their families through generous donations. It was founded in response to the July 7th, 2016 attack that took the lives of 5 police officers and injured 8 more while in the line of duty. So, and it's got some cool pictures of some police nerds in their full get-up and tennis shoes running the thing. So, very cool. All right. And we got a good news story for you. I picked this one because it is relevant, but also happy. You know, it's all week. It's been talking about the floods down in Central Texas. Here's a little bit of a good news story out of that. From goodnewsnetwork.org by Andy Corbley. Solitary rescuer leads 165 children to safety during recent Texas flooding, hailed as a hero. And somebody was talking a little bit of schmack about me reading from the Good News Network because it's a UK-based website. But they read off local stories too. So
See, look at us go.
Well,
Very timely.
Fun fact about that guy, they said that was his first mission that he'd ever done.
Really?
Like, that's a pretty impressive mission.
Well, it wasn't the first time he'd flown a helicopter, I'll promise you that.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
A little-known Coast Guard officer has been hailed as a hero after rescuing 165 people from the Texas Hill Country floods. Petty officer and rescue swimmer Scott Ruskin, a native of New Jersey, was on the scene when the Guadalupe River rose dramatically, causing flooding after 5 to 11 inches of rain fell in a short amount of time. It was his first rescue mission, like Matt said, but he must have remained calm and reactive as he responded to search and rescue calls at Camp Mystic, a girls' summer camp right in the path of the flooding. Flying to the camp in a helicopter, Ruskin said he saw a huge crowd of about 200 kids at a campsite. We were like, cool, that's where we're going to go and get out as many people out as we can, Ruskin told Fox. Later interviewed by CNN, Ruskin said the conditions for flying produced by Tropical Storm Barry were some of the worst he'd ever seen, and the pilot needed 4 attempts before he could land the helicopter. All right. Despite not knowing what was going on around him, he remained focused and led 165 people, mostly children, in groups of 10 to 15 to Army helicopters, which could airlift them to high ground. Department of Homeland Security Kristen Noem called him an American hero in a post on X. Though, like all good heroes, Ruskin said he was just doing his job, one that anyone could have done. Excellent. All right. Bree, what is going on at the Azel Academy this week?
Well, we are still in recital prep mode and showcase prep mode. So our music kids are, securing their songs and wrapping those up and getting those ready. Our art kids are finishing their recycled reef, so we can take that to showcase.
What is a recycled reef?
Well, it's a coral reef made out of recycled stuff that we would have thrown away normally, but we're turning it into new things. And so we're using trash to make treasure.
Is this going in Lake Worth?
No.
Where's the reef going?
Well, it's not a real reef.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, it's beautiful art,
No fish will ever live in it.
Lake Worth could use that.
Right. Not that I'm aware of. I wouldn't put a real fish in it, but, we're making some fish.
Cool.
And then our STEM kids are wrapping up their outer space unit, and so we are making rockets that we're actually going to shoot off.
Okay.
But we did a test run And we can't do it back here in our garden, so we're going to have to go down to the park.
Okay.
Because we will hit cars, and we are right next to the police station. So.
Which could be problematic.
I believe so. Yes, I believe so. And so it's a big week, just kind of wrapping things up, and the excitement in the building in the afternoons is just electrifying.
That's awesome. And we were talking about it earlier, and you said it a different way, but I've been saying the same thing about why people need to come to the Azel Academy. And I try to frame it the same way every time I say it, but we love and respect and have the highest regard for all of our educators, but the public school system is just not enough. You've got to do something else to expand the minds of your kids. Right. And so you guys are doing everything you possibly can to offer dozens of different options for families to choose from to whenever they bring their kids here, as far as what they could get them involved in to kind of further educate or expand their minds.
Absolutely. And the joy of coming to the academy is that you get a one-on-one personalized education plan for your child, whether it be through music or STEM or coding or art or theater or anything that we offer, tutoring, test prep, all of that. You get that one-on-one, where in a classroom, you get small groups, which is fabulous, absolutely fabulous. But sometimes you need that one-on-one, that personal touch. And so that's what we get to do here. And that's our passion.
Awesome. You guys can find them online at theazelacademy.org. Junior, welcome. Is this your first podcast?
It is.
How's it going so far?
I like it.
Tell us what you do at Peterson's Bloom.
I am the lawn maintenance manager, and I am in charge of getting these yards that we service mowed and maintained, and try to keep every customer happy and having their lawns looking really good. And hopefully we're doing what they're paying us to do.
Excellent. Excellent. Love that. Well, thank you for being here, Junior.
Well, thanks for inviting me. I appreciate it.
And when you walked in, I told Matt, I was like, I recognize him, and I think it's from the videos you guys do on social media.
Those are first for me as well.
Yeah.
Well, we found out that he could tell some pretty mean dad jokes.
All right. You got like a go-to dad joke for us?
Oh, no, not right now.
Oh,
You caught me off guard.
Well, I tell you what, we'll come back to that. Let
Okay.
me know if you got one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate being here, and it's an honor to be in this space. And but yeah, Peterson's Blooms. I get to work with Junior every day, and he kind of keeps those guys in line. And a lot of times he has to be kind of like a father figure to some of these guys, and so we appreciate that he kind of can teach them more than just going to work every day, but how to have work ethic and and those things. So
Yeah.
it is more than just. And if anybody's done a job like that, you know that it's more than just showing up. His role is more involved in that in people's lives. So.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
As the head guy on a maintenance crew, do you always get the really good backpack blower?
I do not.
Everybody fights over that thing, right?
No, I do
No?
not. I work in the office, and we don't use the blower.
Oh,
in there.
okay.
We try not to use that in there anyway.
That's right.
Excellent. All right. So no dad jokes?
No.
Nothing for? Okay. All right. Well, Bree, you got anything else for folks before we get out of here this morning?
I don't.
Okay.
It's a beautiful Wednesday. It's Rock Band Day.
Yep.
It's going to be a fabulous day.
Okay. And, just keep an umbrella in the car. I don't know what to tell you folks anymore. We read the weather every morning, and it always surprises me. It's like, well, this was not in the report.
Yeah, you never know what it's going to do. So always carry an umbrella, raincoat. That's what I recommend.
Yeah. I don't know.
Be prepared for anything.
It's crazy. All right, folks. Well, thank y'all for joining us. If you have anything that you need to share with us so that we can get it on the show, you can email us an audio clip to media@fortworthroots.com, or you can go to our Instagram, Fort Worth Roots. Go to the messenger thingy, hit the little microphone, tell us about your event, tell us about a news story that you don't want us to miss, and we will play it on the show. I'm not kidding. I'll really do it. It's a thing. All right. As you folks float through outer space on the back of a giant sea turtle, we hope that you will choose love and gratitude every chance you get. Until tomorrow, folks, good day.
My great day in the morning, oh Lord, oh Lord. My great day in the morning.